you might be aware that over the past day, the Metropolitan Police have sighted drones over Heathrow Airport, and as a result, flights in and out of Heathrow have been temporarily halted. Now, Scotland Yard has said there is a full criminal investigation underway to see who was operating those drones. This follows Gatwick Airport being closed last Christmas. The airport was shut down for 36 hours, 1,000 flights cancelled over 3 days, affecting more than 140,000 passengers. Now, according to Deloitte Access Economics, the activities of businesses operating on Sydney Airport, for example, in 2017 contributed an estimated $10.7 billion in value added. So imagine if that closes down, there would be real problems. Sydney Airport, we spoke to them today. They said that we continue to work with the relevant law enforcement and government agencies, including CASA, Air Services Australia, the Federal Police, New South Wales Police, and the Aviation and Maritime Security. So that's important. But you just wonder why technology could not prevent this. One company that we have spoken to in the past is Oleg Vornik, who is the chief executive of a company called Drone Shield. Now, Drone Shield in particular was helping to protect many of the drones that were in operation in battlefields overseas, and indeed was also a part of the security of the Commonwealth Games on the Gold Coast. He's on the line right now. Many thanks for your time as always, Oleg.
Good to talk to you, Ross.
So tell me about the protection of airports here in Australia and around the world. I mean, is your device, say, for example, Drone Shield, which I can block out the signals and cause drones to be sent back home? Is that something that could be one answer?
We certainly believe so, Ross. So our devices have been certified as safe to use at airports. They're well designed for the purpose. And in addition to the military deployments, as you mentioned, we have had a number of civilian deployments, such as Commonwealth Games in Australia, but also large-profile situations like the Olympic Games last year. So certainly a system that can both detect and disable drones, and that is available today. That's our technology that we manufacture.
So just explain to people who haven't heard interviews that we have done with you before exactly how Drone Shield works and what happens if there is an offending drone anywhere near the airspace of an airport, for example.
The system continuously monitors the airspace using several different types of sensors. The most reliable sensor is radio frequency based, so effectively it listens out for the handshake between the pilot, the controller, and the drone. And when it picks up that there is a connection, it is able to locate the position of the drone and also track it using a specialized radar. Once the drone is detected and it's effectively immediate, we are also able to use our disruptor system, which effectively disables the control by the pilot of the drone, and the drone can be made to either go back to where it came from, which has an added benefit of tracking where the location is and apprehending the pilot, which of course was a huge issue in the UK, where the people who were piloting drones at Gatwick and Heathrow are still at large, and there's a high chance will never be found, and of course creates a clear image to copycats around the world that you can attack airports using off-the-shelf drones with fair impunity. So the system would allow you to assist tracking drone that way, or alternatively land it safely on the ground, and that's without damage to the drone either. So you can retrieve it and conduct forensic investigation.
In the wake of what took place at Gatwick, the Civil Aviation Safety Authority, CASA, sent out a tweet reminding Australians about the importance of the drone rules here. Now, the basic rules say that any drone flyer cannot operate their drone within 5.5 kilometres of a major airport. 5.5 kilometres, think about that airspace, or indeed they cannot operate at more than 120 metres above ground level without permission. And anybody who breaks these rules could face heavy penalties. So there's two aspects of this. That is that people understand the rules and they comply. But the second is quite clearly for those people who either inadvertently or deliberately try and break those rules, that it needs some style of prevention. And certainly yours is one answer to that, isn't it, Oleg? That's the whole point.
That's quite right. We say in the industry that there are three C's: careless, clueless, and criminal. So promotion of the rules, ensuring there's awareness, certainly helps with people who don't think that there is an issue, although following Gatwick and Heathrow, it'll be difficult to believe that there are many people out there who think it's perfectly okay to fly a drone around an airport. But then people who deliberately want to create that disruption is something that we target.
Is it true, as one of my emailers suggested, that you might be doing a bit of work around Brisbane Airport at the moment?
We can't confirm engagements with clients, but I can say that we are engaging with a number of airports internationally at the moment.
And are these trials to see how your technology works, or are these airports actually physically using this as a means of trying to prevent these drones operating in their airspace?
I can't talk to the details, Ross, but one thing is fairly clear, that we are quite likely to see measures being taken by airports in foreseeable future. Things are always slow when it comes to adoption of new technologies in very complex environments like airports. A lot of people have been looking to the FAA in the U.S., which of course is the CASA counterpart, and FAA have been saying for a number of years now, don't hurry us, we want to complete our investigations and checks that we can deploy such technology. But of course now there's a much greater urgency. So my sense is that we are going to see public statements by airports commencing deployments of such systems in a fair near future.
Tell you what, it's quite incredible. Bit of Australian know-how as well, which really does always, really spark my interest. The Chief Executive of Drone Shield, Oleg Vornik, and that particular piece of technology is perhaps one answer to some of the problems that you've seen at Heathrow and also in Gatwick in recent times. And Oleg, always great to have a chat. We appreciate your time.
Thank you, Russ.